Hello Taurus, welcome to your Moving On reading. Moving on is exactly that. For those persons who feel that they are struggling to transform, to change, to move on from any area of their life. So this is indeed strictly a non-reversal reading. It's all about the self. Okay? So just heads up about that. For those folks who are looking to offshore their accountability or responsibility, or it's not me, or I don't want to learn about me and the things I have to do, I can tell you right now, this is probably where we should part ways. Moving on is really for those people who want to do their inner work. Okay? Cross watchers, you are welcome, of course, but this is not your opportunity to critique that sign for which you have unresolved issues with. Okay? So whatever it is, firmness that I see for Taurus today and realness checks that I see for Taurus today, do keep in mind, it's a matter of time before I get to your sign. I'm not into sign bashing. Not at all. Alright? So feel free to add to the collective commentary, but it needs to be done so in a peaceful manner. What's going on, please? Show me Taurus, please. Show me Taurus. Show me Taurus and their moving on energy. Show me Taurus, please. Show me Taurus, please, and their moving on energies. Okay. All right. Excuse me. Okay. Okay. You. Outcome. The world. There it is. Very good. Okay. What is it? What are we trying to move on? Something to do with confidence here. To see and be seen, sense of victory, triumph, that kind of thing. First step. Okay. Crossing the bridge. The star. What is it that you truly hope, wish, want, and desire for? And I mean the real stuff, right? The things that we can actually see ourselves reaching for, because it's going to take work. I'm a huge fan of the star, but a lot of people, once they understand how difficult the pathway can be, they'll take a hike. It's like, you know what, I'm going to go back towards the sun. And so the sun, that's not a knock on the sun. Of course, it's the happiest card in tarot, but it's also the easiest to achieve. So the star takes work. That tells me that you desire something. Really strong wish, hope, want, desire. And it's a pathway thing. Something to do with confidence. Okay, I'll get back to it. Seven of Swords, feelings to confront. I'm going to avoid that. Avoidance. Okay? No. Not today. I'm guessing there's a lot of not todays. All right? Hidden energies, Four of Pentacles, you're holding back. Specifically, you're holding yourself back. You know it will take work, whatever this is. To move into it, move on from it, be at peace with the fact that you're not going to shoot for that particular star, or allowing yourself to move towards it. It's a decision either way. To fully let go of a hope and a dream takes work and acceptance. To fully accept it and work your way towards it, it takes work as well. Right now I see you hovering somewhere in the middle between I'm not ready to let this go, but I'm not ready to fully engage with it. Okay? Your strengths, High Priestess, you are intuitive. No doubt. I give Taurus that credit all the time, so it's actually nice to see it for you. Okay? You only get into trouble with your intuition is when you fear to change. But you otherwise have really excellent instinct. The Hierophant, that's you. Lessons that you need to learn. This is the lessons category. In other words, to move on or move forward successfully, there are some lessons here you, Taurus, specifically need to adopt for you. We'll see what that is. And it could straight up to do with commitment. Okay? Pathway, outcome, the world, to end or begin, as we've discussed. To fully open up towards this or close it off permanently. Because this holding on, this place of in-between, this land of in-between that you're in, it's not serving you. We gotta commit to a direction. Open up towards it or close it off. Let's talk about it. Let's see that Six of Wands, please. Let's see that Six of Wands. Show me that Six of Wands, please, for Taurus. Show me that Six of Wands, please, for Taurus. Show me that Six of Wands, please, for Taurus. Three of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Three of Swords. Oh, yeah. There's fear here to cooperate with somebody. I'm not doing a them, I'm not doing a they. So just to reiterate that, it's coming across as context or circumstantial. Okay. Three of Pentacles. I got some sort of collaborative, possibly partnership here. It could also be a friend type situation. I don't know. The idea is cooperation, but it's not cooperating. You know this. You're not finding victory in it or a sense of confidence in it. In fact, parts of you fear it, specifically to confront it, whatever this is. And there's pain involved, frustration, blindness, I don't know, confusion. I'm afraid. Three of Swords, fear of rejection. So the idea is, I don't know, and I'm afraid to be rejected. If I try to make something come together, work, or collaborate, again, possibly in friendship, possibly in work, or some area in your life where it takes at least two people to put in collaborative effort in order to make it work, okay? We don't have confidence in this, whatever it is. It could be that you are thinking about engaging in a project and you need the cooperation of somewhere else, but you know that they're not into it, something like that. I'm just trying to give some sort of context to this, but of course you take that as it resonates. But I see here the only thing that's keeping you, your victory, is cut in half with this Three of Swords. I apologize. It's not even bad allergies right now. It's just windy and dry. I need to get a humidifier sometimes. Good night, Christina. If it gets really bad, I'll have to pause and clear my throat. So I know it's annoying. Trust me, it annoys me more. Three of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Three of Swords. So yeah, there's fear here to generate some activity that says it cooperative. You don't have the confidence to do this. You're telling me I don't have the confidence for this. Okay, let's keep going. But it means something to you, though. With the Star. How far could it go? First steps, crossing that particular bridge, understanding if this is really for you or not. Because to me, through my eyes, it looks like such a simple thing. I would need your cooperation, or I would like to be friends with you, or not. But you're showing me it could lead to greater things, or the potential of greater things, and that's kind of what you have in mind. But just the idea of getting that activity generated, your confidence wanes a great deal. Show me that Star, please. The Empress, Eight of Wands, the Emperor. Oh my, matching energy. Heads of State, the both of you. I have two energies here. Again, I'm not doing a them and they, so you interpret this as you need to, but they have two distinct figures here, both equal heads of state, Emperor and Empress energy. That's divinity, by the way, FYI. I'm not trying to make it about that, but the significance of the marker itself does need to be pointed out, regardless of who this person is. So it's interesting. You show it to me initially as it could be a Three of Pentacles type thing, where I could cooperate with this person. It's not a big deal. I'm kind of afraid to approach it. I don't have the confidence, but man, it would be nice. And it's a little bit more than it would be nice, Taurus. We're talking about a star here. The idea of getting it going and what it could mean in long term seem to be two different things. And building the bridge between those concepts is where your energy kind of shakes. It would start here, and it has the potential to go all the way out there. And then you're kind of looking at that bridge and how much you would have to traverse, and you don't know if you can do it. Never mind get the thing off the ground. So that's interesting. Very strong reflection of starting point to what it could end up. And it's like just getting started out of the gate. Seems a tricky proposal. You know, that's just cooperation. So, yeah, two people of equal sense of strong-willed self-empowerment, very strong sense of capability, proposed communication between these two figures. That's where it starts. Good old communication, right? From my most official self, I'm speaking to your most official self. What say ye? And it's interesting because here we have the practical output of getting it going, but the idea of engaging in it, suddenly the energy just explodes into something much more exponential. So it looks intimidating, I think, through the energetic lens of the importance of this and what it could mean in long term, or the potential of it, the potential greatness of it. It's like this could be potentially amazing between myself and this person in terms of a construct. Now, what that construct is, you have yet to show me. But the idea is that the potential in your mind seems to be huge, if not astronomical. And I'm just like, Taurus, honey, let's start with getting you out the gate. Okay. and I so I'm chuckling a little bit because I have to agree with Spirit. Taurus, honey, it starts with communication. So I have to agree. So I'm not trying to make light of it, but it's like, oh, I'm afraid, I'd like to. The idea of it makes me feel really good. I'd like to, but oh my God, what if they just say no? What if there's a lot of what if and fear attached to this. So I agree in that respect that something hovering around these two energies, in that respect that it could mean something very powerful down the line. But all things powerful down the line begin with communication. So perhaps we start there. Okay? Perhaps we start there, just dial it back a little bit in terms of that nervousness and that intensity and kind of like the idea of a projected future. Let's pull that back a little bit and just keep it right here in the day, in the moment, okay? And focus perhaps on the basic principles of communication in order to generate this, because I know it means a lot to you, rather the potential of it. You keep showing me potential and how it spikes really high for you. But the 3D, jumping it into 3D, okay, like jumping a dead battery, it's like, it's like, well, I'm afraid to even connect the darn battery to the cables, Christina, because what if it explodes? I don't know. Is it really all that? Or is that just a confidence thing? Let's keep going. I'm very curious. Okay. Feelings to confront, 7 of Swords. Why have we been sidestepping this? Okay. And that is 7 of Swords. It's sidestepping. I don't want to deal with it. I'm going to back away from it. I'm sneaking away. It's avoidant energy. It's not an accusation. I read the cards. It is what it is. I mean, people can and will get offended. That's not up to me. That's up to you, how you choose to interpret it. Okay? I'm just here to deliver that message. That's it. I'm kind of not in a position anymore to hold people's hands. We should know the basics by now. All right. Show me that 7 of Swords. 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 Yeah, that's active avoidance. And I kind of see it. I see why, honey. I see the edginess around the energy for you, the nervousness. And this is one of those things, babe. There it is. I can't make this up if I try. The 6 of Wands over that 7 of Swords. It's the 10 of Swords. It's like I don't know what to do in that process of I don't know what to do, but this still means something to me. You're overwhelmed in your feelings, particularly the consequences of expressing yourself or trying to generate the activity. You are afraid of reprisal. You are afraid of being rejected or hurt, or there is this huge fear in you. As much as God, just the idea of doing something about it makes you feel good, but then you turn around in this feeling of terror, what if, and you're slapping down some hard what ifs, and so you avoid the whole thing with the 7 of Swords. So the advice for you is to get confrontational with yourself, okay, about what this means to you. Why does it still linger with you? It's clearly important. Even you can feel the energetic, not even the 3D, honey, but the energetic impression of a long-lasting consequence that could be highly beneficial between two people in some way. I don't know. For all rights are equal with this person energetically, in terms of empowerment, in terms of productivity and importance and respectability. You're on par for course with somebody, but when you just think about generating even a little bit of activity, you get nervous, you get shy, you get hesitating. You start to hesitate like you're an awkward 14-year-old Taurus who still has a full case of acne and braces, and you don't know how to talk to that girl. That's how it's coming across, but it's not anywhere near where you actually are. So I don't understand. That's why you need to go in and confront these feelings. Why do you feel so overwhelmed by them? Why are you so afraid of rejection? Why are you so afraid of being hurt? This has something to do with what you really want. What you really want. It's like, I don't want to put all my hopes on the line. I could get hurt. That's everybody. You know? And you will 100% fail everything you don't try. We fail by putting it off. We fail by procrastinating. We fail by avoiding. We fail by talking ourselves out of things time and again. There's the thing with moving on. For you, it's more like, I want to move forward. but I feel like I can't, or I keep telling myself I can't, so I need to either let this go or let it happen. That's it. That's what it comes down to. This construct of whatever this is. Honey, you got to confront these feelings of confusion. I got too many what ifs for you. The one they want you to concentrate on the most is what this would do for you in terms of positivity. You approaching this. You approaching this at all. The consequence of feeling good about it because you did, would that outweigh any sense of fear? Fear of rejection. How bad could it really be, honey? How bad could it really be? How bad could it really be? What? Somebody says no, and you're like, okay. Or what if they say yes? Then what do? You could feel really good about it for a start. You know? It's interesting. Hidden energies, Four of Pentacles. You've held on to this for a reason, even if you're not entirely sure why. Show me that Four of Pentacles, please. Show me that Four of Pentacles. And yeah, there's a stubbornness attached to it, you know. Show me that Four of Pentacles, please. Six of Cups, Strength. Oops. Two of Wands. I did pull it without meaning to. It was the fourth. It was at Seven of Swords again. But I am putting it back because it's not part of the technical third, but I did see it. Okay, so that hidden energies. Yeah, I know. There is some sort of soul connection here, part of your soulmate tribe. And it makes you feel good. But you've also told me I need to wait. I don't know. So whomever this is, you're telling me it's important. There's some nostalgia tied up to it, memories of the past, a certain sense of uniqueness. It's funny because you're both equal. You're both par for course. But the way you're approaching this is, like I said, that teenager we described. And it's just not who you are anymore, Taurus, honey. You're not that person. You're not that person who's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to... You're not that person. I don't know why you aren't giving yourself that particular credit, but for some reason when it comes to this connection, it shakes you a little bit. And I don't know what it means for you in the long term. I just know the short term, just settle on, I know you, and there is the potential here for connectivity in terms of friendship, collaboration, possibly work gig. I don't know. But it's like, just cooperate. Just collaborate. Let's just start there. Okay. And yeah, your hidden energies that you've been holding on to this for a long time and kind of like, I don't know what to do with it, so I'm still going to hold on to it. You don't know what to do with it is because you haven't gotten in there to confront your own feelings on the particular subject. Why does it make you so nervous? Why does the idea of it also make you feel prosperous? Why do you feel like it can go somewhere extraordinary? And why is just the idea of Three of Pentacles make you incredibly nervous? And there's such a huge fear here of pain and rejection. They'll reject me, I know it. They'll reject me, I know it. And I don't, again, guys, let's not automatically assume that this is a love type situation. It's anyone for whom meets these qualifications. That is soulmate energy. I've known you. This is a unique connection between you and I. It's not like anything else I can find anywhere else, not with any other person, but it also has the consequences of two people who are highly productive working with each other in the long term with the future. Something to do with a dream and vision that we can see further out with in that person. So, or rather with that person, we've held back. Now, I can't promise you the future. No one can. I just see that the biggest struggle in you by far is wanting to do something about it and not allowing yourself to. You know, so yeah, you've held on to this and you're like, I don't know why. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because it means something to you. And it could still. I don't know what you want for this person. I don't know what it is you two can possibly or potentially construct. I just know that it's beautiful. It has some beautiful long-term energies attached to it. Talk about prosperous, well-balanced, even divine. A divine pairing. But the idea is oh, I gotta be strong, I have to wait. What are you waiting for? Waiting for this feeling to pass, it'll just go away and resolve itself. Let's take a look at your intuition. It's in your strengths, as the High Priestess. Show me that High Priestess, please. Show me that High Priestess. Show me that High Priestess, please. It's you, the Hierophant, the High Priestess, the Wheel of Fortune. You know, honey. Wow. 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 That's a really strong sense of spiritual energy here that says that you are typically in tune with. But when it comes to this particular subject, there's one thing that you feel 100% to be true in your intuitive level, that when time passes, this could mean something amazing to you. You feel it. You feel it at every conceivable level. Wow. The High Priestess, not once but twice for you. Very intuitive you are. Very much in tune with your spiritual self. Those are also counterparts in the spiritual realm. There's you. There's an intuition of yours. It's interesting. See that equal division here? Really beautiful balance. Spiritual self, the 3D self. The Wheel of Fortune. Time has passed, and for some reason you are feeling it so very distinctly, now more than ever, that you are supposed to quote-unquote do something, to really authorize yourself to make a decision. So the Hierophant, as we know, is not just commitment, but it's a commitment to the decision. He needs permission. He's a big permissions guy. That's why he hesitates a lot. He's much better at, or rather I should say, much more comfortable at being a reinforcer than someone who authorizes yes and no. So that's why he hesitates a great deal. It's like, I already have the rule book and I can go by that. But any new information? Well, if it wasn't in the rule book, I'm going to take a minute to say yay or nay to this, and he can take a long minute. But your higher spiritual self and your intuitive self have such an undeniably strong feeling that you have to do something, that you're supposed to, that you have it within you to do so. There's such a strong feeling of direction, time having passed, and it's becoming more imperative as it weighs on your energy in the good way. I'm sure to you, in the 3D, it's annoying as hell. But spiritually, it's like the timing is nigh, the timing is now. Something must be done. Wow. And I said, you're not giving yourself, it's like you've come such a long way, honey, but for some reason, in your mind, at least when it comes to this connection, I don't know how you are in other areas of your life, but when it comes to, I don't even know, it's not a connection, it's about what it means for you. Whatever this means to you is so magnificent as such that it takes you back to some of your worst places of insecurity, and I can't deal with this. Well, it's just not who you are anymore. You're not that awkward 14-year-old teenage Taurus anymore, honey. You are so far from that. You're a whole human being who's had a world or lifetime of experiences. You are so wonderfully adept. You're self-empowering, but when it comes to this connection, all that seems to go out the window. So I don't know what this is to you. I just know, and you feel it. It could take you to so many places, and that it's a really strong representation of yourself in the future. But when it comes time to confront it, you're like, not today. Nope. It could hurt me. I want it, and I'm not really admitting that to myself, but it could hurt me. There's a lot of what ifs in here, honey. There's a lot of what ifs. Lack of confidence, despite the fact that you have some sort of confidence in this connection, you yourself approaching it, that's where your confidence wanes. And I don't know why. Because as far as I can tell, you're such a beautifully adept, in charge, strongly feeling Taurus. It's like, this connection provokes some level of insecurity in you. The proposal of whatever this is. Wow. Lessons that must be learned. What is it that you indeed need to learn? First of all, you need to trust your dang intuition. Okay. Seriously. If you feel something this strongly, and what's holding you up is fear of rejection, what ifs, or what will they say, honey, there's no going back. Don't revert to old ways. It's just not who you are anymore. Taurus, I'm looking at you can be confrontational when you dang well want to be. You know what's up when it's time to know what's up. You're not giving yourself that credit at all. Show me that Hierophant, please. Lessons that must be learned. What is it that Taurus must learn? King of Pentacles. You are all over this today, my love. King of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Page of Swords. That's what I'm talking about. You're not giving yourself the credit at all. Not at all. You have come such a long way, baby. You have come such a long way. I don't know what's up with you. That's what I'm looking at. I don't know what's up with you. There is something about this, whatever this is, that just takes you to such a small, disbelieving place. Like you can't trust yourself, you can't trust your instinct. Your instinct for the projection of this thing is 100% on point. So I'm going to push back. I'm not going to make your life easier. I'm going to make it harder for you because I want to do you a favor. I want you to reach the potential of whatever the star of this thing is, because the best parts of you are here and represented when you think about it and you reflect on it. So I'm not going to give you a cop-out. Oh, Taurus, this thing is horrible for you. You should probably leave it behind. No. It's not about moving on, honey. You want to move forward in it. How do I move on and moving forward in it? You need to give yourself permission and stop acting like you don't know what the hell you're doing. Yes, you do. Everything about you that you need to know how to resolve this is right here. It's in your fingertips. It's within your grasp. You have so much say in this. 100%. And I get that there's some connections that just make us feel shaky and insecure and I don't know, and there's such a huge fear of rejection that cuts your confidence in otherwise a very experienced Taurus who is a very developed person. Very developed. You're not that kid anymore, honey. You're not that kid. I want you to pursue this star because you have by all rights a connectivity here that is really good for you. And you know it. And it's almost like the idea of it got you quaking in your boots. You have everything you need to resolve this and move forward in it. It's right here. Lessons you need to learn. You're much more accomplished than you were giving yourself credit for. Look back and see how far you've come. In this right here, your spiritual self, your realistic self, what it is you're able to do and accomplish. Page of Swords, have you really thought about how far you've come? Have you given much insight to that? Do you give yourself that kind of credit? Or do you like, oh, it's just another day for me? No, it's not. Your personal evolution is quite extensive. But for some reason, this connection makes you feel small, weak, insecure. And I don't know what it is, but the proposal for it and its long-term potential consequences are through the roof, and you can feel it where it counts, honey, right here. You can feel it. Intuitively, spiritually, you have say. You have complete say in this. Lessons you must learn. Look at how far you've come. Look at how much you have managed to do. Look at how much you have managed to develop. Okay? Sometimes when we want something that much with the star, and I mean it's a promising star, it's a real one. It's not a flight's a fancy kind of star where it's like, oh, wouldn't that be nice? That's somebody else's dream. It's not the person who's looking at it. Anybody's looking at that star, they're like, oh, wouldn't that be nice? That's a flight of fancy. It's like, I wish that other person good luck. It looks like a great star. I personally couldn't achieve it. But because this star here has such a huge impression upon you, it's kind of taking you backwards into a place of insecurity, and I can't do this, and there's no way it's going to turn me down. I don't know what it is, but the promise of it is so much more. You know this. And for some reason, it takes you back to your days of insecurities, and I'm not sure. And it's just not who you are, honey. You have so much magnificence in you. You have such stability in you. You have such a strong sense of self-worth and development and who you are. That's what I want you to trust. The person who you grew into being. Okay? So when those stars weigh heavily on us, yeah, they can take us back to the past. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can do that. Oh, man. I don't know if I can do it. And it takes us back. Stop allowing it to take you backwards. whatever the desire is for that star, and a very strong sense of unity with this. There's a reason you've held on to it. There's a reason your intuition's speaking to you. And it's probably because you desire it that much that you want to get away from it like this. You know. It's scary. Let's see that world. Let's see if you open up towards it or you close it off. Now, there's a reason you've held on to it, honey. There's a reason you've held on to it. There's a reason you've held on to it. Jeez, that's conflicting. Okay. I see you giving it up for now. Kind of letting it go for now. It causes sadness. It causes sadness within you. You feel you have to relinquish this. You don't see yourself moving in it. Or moving towards it, I should say. And it causes you sadness. It's kind of like, I'm going to have to leave this behind, and I don't want to. And who knows, perhaps you're relinquishing it for now. But I don't see you moving in this direction. I see you moving in an opposite direction. He's like, well, I've gotten in the car now, and this is the highway I'm taking. I'm not taking the other one. I'm taking this other one. You have your reasons. Okay. But yeah, I see you not engaging this in the immediate future. No, I don't. It's kind of like you emotionally saying, I'm leaving this behind for now. I will not be moving forward into it. Okay. And, you know, I don't know, honey. I don't know. Perhaps whatever this is, just the star just seems too big. I don't know. Your reasoning is your reasoning, but I just know that it upsets you to let it go, but you feel that you also have to. I see you've kind of made up your mind on the subject. So, if you must make up your mind on a particular subject, I completely agree. You either have to accept completely letting it go or accept completely entering it. Either way, it requires commitment to the self. So when people need to disengage from places, things, situations, circumstances, or people, we have to consciously know that we're doing it. That way we can accept it better. Instead of just being like passive recipients, we understand it was our decision. So long as you've made a decision that, I grant you, makes you sad, it does. And it disappoints you to mentally and emotionally leave this behind. You're also with the Chariot, strength and conviction. I need to move forward from this, and I'm doing so consciously. So at least it's a decision that you're owning, as opposed to say, you know, I'm just going to keep holding on to this, and maybe one day I can work myself up towards it or approach it. It sucks because, you know, I see you deviating from something that looks like it could do very well for you down the line, but, you know, you're saying no. Okay. But I'd rather you be in possession of that no than be in denial of it. You know what I mean? Again, it makes the acceptance piece easier. Okay. Any advice, please? Any advice, please? Any advice, please? Any advice, please? I don't know where you're going. Like I said, you've chosen a different highway. But I'm glad to see you relinquish this. That way you don't have to keep holding on to it, consciously or unconsciously, you know. And if anything, I hope this helps you in terms of reflection about how far you've come. Okay? So again, if you're trusting your decision to not engage with this, to not move forward on it, trust how far you've come. Okay? That will help guide you. All right. What's going on? Anything else here, please, in terms of advice? Okay. The world. Yeah. So it's kind of a reinforcer of what I've seen today between the world, okay, the Wheel of Fortune and that Four of Pentacles. Yeah, it's kind of conclusive. It was time to make a decision to either do something with this, and because it means something to us, we understand the potential of it in the long term, that it could mean so much more. You feel that way, but you're not ready to take ownership of it, or for reasons only known to you, you will not take ownership of it or engage in it, okay? But even you agree that it is time to let it go, all right? In which case, I agree with you, right? I want you to do what's right for you, not what's not right for you. So long as you can claim the decision, like I said, it gives you more of an opportunity to be at peace with it, and that's all I care about. Okay, I think that just about does it. Let's throw down, you know what? I don't know why, but let's go ahead and throw down some of these. I don't know why. Okay. Trust that it will happen when the time is right, 6 months from now. And like I said, for some of you, this is a decision that it's for you now. Okay? You might do a reversal or come back to it later for some of you, in which case that's 6 months. For others of you, you will not know absolutely you've moved on from this until 6 months. And for others of you, trust that it will happen at the right time. Some of you are like, it's as much as I want this, as much as it might mean something to me further down the line, now is not that time. Okay? And if that's true, then that's true. We'll do... Let's see here. Huh. Never mind. I thought I had my charms down here. I do not. I do not. Where the heck did my charms go, Taurus? Oh dear. Well, then it wasn't meant to be. Then that means it's not meant to be for the other signs either. All right, Taurus, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.